it's about to start raining, are you sort of worried about that?
Yeah. Very, actually. And the fact that my hands are already a little numb. Haven't even started climbing.
Do you think the camera is making you do it just because?
Yes. Wholeheartedly.
Well, that makes me feel a little bit bad here. Frankie, throw up a little bit more for the video.
Fuck you.
Frankie.
Frankie.
The word I'd use to describe Frankie the best is ballsy.
He's an unpredictable man.
A character.
He's like if you took a mix of somebody that you first time you meet him, you'd be like, oh shit, this guy's crazy. And then you get to talking to him and you're like, oh, he's crazy, like in a really, really cool way.
He's always got a bit going. He's always got good stories.
Well, one of my favorite stories with Frankie is we were at a party. We were at a house show. And I run into it and I'm like, oh, Frankie. It was like the first time. And then like over the summer that I saw him. I was like, Frankie, like so good to see you. And he was like, oh, so good to see you too. Drink this. And he hands me a flask that's filled with vodka and Everclear and tequila. And I drink it and I'm like, oh my God, Frankie, what is that? And he's like, oh, it's just vodka and Everclear and tequila. Like what? Like what? I was like, that's messed up, man. That's super messed up.
I get a call from Frankie and he's like, hey, Shane, I left my shoes at Aiden's. Like he thinks I'm just going to the bathroom. He has no idea I left. This was during the 60-mile-per-hour winds that Boulder got. This was last year during the fall. He's like, Shane, I want you to come climb the second Flatiron with me. Frankie, that doesn't seem like a great idea. Like, you know, he's like, it'll be fine. You know, we walk up, we'll come back. It'll be super chill. Like, dude, like maybe you should just go back, grab your stuff. He left all of his stuff in Aiden's dorm to commit to the bit and went and climbed the second Flatiron in 60-mile-per-hour winds just because he thought it'd be fun. Told people he was going to the bathroom, didn't go to the bathroom, he was on the second Flatiron.
My first experience with Frankie was Bodhikuu.
Bodhikuu, the first time I met him.
We passed around Borgs, which are huge gallons filled with vodka and water and Mio.
Got hammered and he was sitting down and he was dancing all crazy. Then he was like sitting there. Everybody was trying to give him water.
And he totally blacked out. Like completely blacked out. Right, we're all dancing around the fire. We're all naked. We're all dancing around the fire. Everything's a good time. You know, a little nudity in the Alpine Club. And I look over and 4 naked women are taking care of Frankie. My freshman mind was like, what the fuck? I want to black out.
With all these girls surrounding him trying to give him water and he was being all like, he was just refusing the entire time, being fucking insane. First, I kind of thought Frankie was kind of a dork. Like, he's got the big glasses.
Huge glasses that are ridiculously strong. Eyes through the glasses, I mean, look massive. His eyes look massive. And I think, I don't know, it just really suits him well.
10-4, 10-4?
Alright, so first off, can you just give me your name?
My name is Frank Shea. Frankie Shea, I don't know. People call me different things. It was Frankie Shea, actually, to everyone I knew. Then I blacked out on a club trip and someone called me Frank the Tank. Now, most of the people I know call me Frank, so. I was a nerdy little loser who played a lot of video games until, like, my sophomore year of high school, I think, or junior year. Then my dad's like, all right, for Christmas, or I told my dad used to climb when he was a kid and in college and a little bit after, and so I'm like, I want to climb. It sounds like fun. So he bought me a harness and a pair of shoes and an ATC for Christmas. And Then my first time ever climbing was the day of the Marshall Fire in Boulder. So I went on the third Flatiron with them, and we're a pitch up, or so some guy leads it, my dad's buddy. I follow up, and I'm watching this fire as I'm climbing. First time, I'm pissed scared. I'm like getting blown off by the wind. And I get up to this tree that he's belaying off of, and we just watch this massive fire get bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's coming towards us, so we bailed off the tree. And, just all scared because we didn't want to get toasted. And then after that, I was like, Dad, do I really want to do this? It was kind of terrible. And I started sport climbing in North Table, and well, it was something to do. It was fun. I enjoyed it a lot, and so I just stuck with it. Less than a year after I started climbing ever, than that first time climbing where I was wondering if I should quit, I'm like, I should try trad climbing. So trad climbing is where you get these pieces of gear called nuts or cams, squeeze them, put them in a crack, and it looks like they're gonna slide out, but they don't. And you assume that that's gonna hold you. So my first time trad climbing, I start up from the ledge, and then there's no gear for the first part, that I can find at least, because I suck at this my first time. Then there's no gear for a little more, and I'm pissing myself at this point, and I'm pumped, my forearms are getting tired, and it's fucking cold, my fingers are going numb. And so I stuck a cam in a crack that goes very angled out, and so I leaned on it, and fucking popped out. I think I fell a bit over 15 feet, landed on this 5-foot ledge my dad was on, and then fell 15 feet past it, so 30 feet total. And he told me later it was one of the scariest moments of his life, because he watched his kid fall just splat fucking next to him and then just disappear past him because he couldn't see me.
What was your headspace when you were taking that fall? What were you thinking?
Oh fuck! There's 15 feet. You fall so fast. It's just this moment of just intense terror, and it's this very visceral feeling of holy shit, I'm gonna die. And for 6 months after that, I couldn't lead even on sport climbing where you're trusting those bolts, because anytime there was any risk of any fall, I was just holy fuck, I'm gonna die. Just that visceral terror came back, and it took me a while to really get over
What do you think about soloing sort of draws you to it?
I enjoy the feeling of knowing that I can absolutely do this, and it's hard, and other people might not be able to do this even if they were completely safe. It's mental strength as opposed to people's physical strength.
Do you think about falling ever when you're soloing? I mean, do you look down and you see fuck?
I think about dinner. Anytime I get scared, I start to think about dinner. It's sort of oh wow, this is just gonna be over in a few minutes, and then I'm gonna go home and cook some rice, make some beans, eat some food, and it's all gonna just be fine. But I will think about falling, when my foot pops, and you get this holy fucking shit terror, and then you just keep going.
Do you sort of like that terror? Is that...
No. And it's just getting to the point where you can just not have any of that terror is what I enjoy.
So you're sort of trying to desensitize yourself to the fear of that.
Not trying to, but it's sort of a fun side effect of it. When I'm soloing, I'm doing easier stuff. It's super comfortable and it's very relaxing almost.
Elaborate on that more. What do you think is so special about Frankie that sort of makes people gravitate to him?
I It's like the controlled chaos. I think a lot of people resonate with that, and they don't have a good tie to it. And I'm a Midwestern kid, so grew up flatlands, didn't go climbing, didn't go hiking, but you hear the stuff he does, and you want to go out and do it with him. And I feel like that's why people gravitate towards him. He's always got good stories. He's always got a bit going, and he's just fun to be around. You want to go and be in a bit with him. You want to be in one of his stories. You want to be one of the people he brings around, because he just finds such great people